Hi, Mom, what's that
Sorry. I thought you were right behind me. What direction you want to go?
Honey, it's your time. What direction do you go?
I don't know. I usually start over at Mexico, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start here, and then I'll finish at France. That's good.
Honey, I think it was for you in front. And I just followed.
No, sorry. That's how I get run over. I ain't doing that. Good morning, Tina. Wolfie, how you doing, man? And welcome to my every visit, last day, oh boohoo, World Showcase Tour. I like to go to the inside, actually go inside the pavilions where most people just walk by. So here we go. And we begin at the UK and the lovely garden area here. Now usually right around here, this area is later in the day, a little later, they'll have either Mary Poppins and or Alice from Alice in Wonderland do a lot of their stuff here. I was realizing the other day, because most of the other World Showcase places have one of the Disney princesses according to what country the story originates from. A lot of them have like Mulan's at China and Belle and is at France and stuff. And I don't think there's any in the lexicon, any Disney princesses from the UK. So they go with Mary Poppins and Alice, which is cool. Everybody loves them. Have you ever noticed that Alice, the ones who play, the young girls who play Alice are always have incredibly perky personalities, as I like to put it, perky personality. And there's a band that plays up here, and then it's populated and stuff. But like now, if you needed a nice quiet, shaded in most area to relax in, this is the way to go. There's a little shop back here, and they got it blocked off. We can't get on the street. Why do they have this blocked off? Okay, well, they're doing construction there with the crane, and we're getting like blocked off everywhere on this trip. It's ridiculous, all the construction going on still. Over a boardwalk, we couldn't get out of our resort initially because they had some exits blocked off because they're refurbing all the boardwalk view rooms and the rooms right across the hallway from them. That whole wing where the boardwalk view rooms are for the villas. So they block it all off. All of it. Go that way, I'll meet you on the walkway. This garden is lovely. It's just amazing, you can step like 10 steps off of the main promenade, and it's immensely quieter. It's just like remarkable how much quieter it is, just taking a few steps. But if you're, gassed a little bit, there's lots of places at Epcot especially where you can just sit down and relax and get away from the hustle bustle and the noise. That's what I love about World Showcase. It's much more leisurely. And adult, I might add. Kids usually don't like doing this, but there's a couple kids things, the scavenger hunt and stuff like that. There's things for the kids to do. But, for some reason or another, I don't know what they're doing here, but this whole area, one of the coolest areas in the park with the cool little village, British village look from different eras, is all blocked off, so I can't show you that today. Sorry. And of course, here's the famous Rosencrown. Very popular place great fireworks view if you can get it. Dinner. Go there, eat dinner at night, and watch the show. Epcot forever right now. Does anybody know what they're calling the show? That's going to be coming next. I don't know if they gave it a name or not. I don't keep up with that very much. So, on another construction thing, over here, the restrooms that were quite popular restrooms in the UK are shut down for refurb. So what they've done is the World Showcase Pavilion has a humongous restroom area that they will open up later. But you go down here and but warning people, it is a long walk to get to those restrooms. And from personal experience, I can tell you that. It's a pretty long walk. Oh, here's Mary Poppins over here. She's over here because they're refurbing that area she's usually in. There's probably going to be too much noise over there. But here she is right here. Mary Poppins. There she is. Yeah, I understand, Wolfie. We love it too. I do this every trip. I'm sure you're probably aware of that. But I do this every trip, the World Showcase Tour. And I'm sorry I couldn't show you as much. Here's where you go to the restrooms. There's the World Showcase Pavilion there. It is a long walk, guys, to get to those restrooms. Longer than you think. I mean, it's not like debilitating walk, but it takes a while to get there. So you might want to think maybe another alternative when you're walking around here. Say, let's go to a restroom a little closer to the promenade. If you look in the distance, you can see the balloon from Disney Springs away in the distance. We're, of course, early on here at World Showcase. Most of it isn't really going yet. Most of the food booths are not open yet. I don't think they open until 11 or so, most of them. But the French counter service place, I forget what they call it, that's open for breakfast. For people who want an early breakfast when they get here. That's always open. Norway is open because they open that ride right away, and they open Ratatouille right away. So those two countries are open now when the rest of the countries are not. But you can actually walk through all of World Showcase now early. You can walk it pretty much before 11 here, so you might not want to. Right. So, like usual, I will take you back in Canada, which is one of the most lovely back of the pavilion areas around. It's really lovely, and they got lovely gardens back here. For those who don't know, those who just keep walking, it's really nice. I would strongly suggest especially if you're doing an adults-only trip, and Mary Poppins, yes, that you take this in because it's quite lovely. It's a great photo ops all over the place here because it's so freaking beautiful. The horticultural people must have a blast at World Showcase because here's one right now. I was just telling people how lovely the horticulturists do it, and here you are working, making it lovely. Well done. This is a lovely shot here with a little cottage back there. And the gardens are beautiful. Reminds me of Vancouver a little bit. It's supposed to. I don't know if anybody's been to Vancouver. It's one of the loveliest cities in North America. And mountains on the east side of it, ocean on the west. It's a beautiful, beautiful city with gardens and everything. It's a gorgeous city. If you ever get an opportunity, you should go there. That's my travelogue piece for the day. And then you walk through here. There's a little pathway that goes through here. There's the Kid Cod area over here. Of course, the movies in the building back here too. I'm not I don't even know if they're ever going to show that Canada movie anymore. I was never a big fan of it anyhow. I like the China movie, and I really like the France movie. But the France movie you can only see at night now, because during the day they have a Beauty and the Beast sing-along. We went to that the other day. It's nice. It's okay. It's cute. If I had kids, I would take, or young kids, I would take them. It is for peace and quiet. And there's this lovely waterfall over here. You will, as you walk along close to it here, you might get a little spray of it. On a hot day like today, it feels good. It's not a drenching spray, just a little bit. Nothing extreme. Here's where you go. Up here is the entrance to the movie. But like I say, it's not showing now. They're being used for the Food and Wine Festival. They've got that apple thing here, I think. So the theater is closed. Oh. Okay, I can't go through there, so I'll have to double back. That's okay, you'll just have to see those lovely gardens again. Because they got the stairway blocked off here too. Again, another blocked off area. Seeing a lot of that on this trip. We're in two places where a lot of construction going on. Boardwalk and Epcot has still got a lot of construction going on. I think Moana is done. They still have some construction walls up, but they're showing it to all the CMs. And I heard October 7th, I think, it's going to be open to the general public. It's early October, I know that. The Moana water that they built over by Epcot, by EO Future World, that is going to be ready for general public soon. But CMs are seeing it now. You should see all the CMs. You don't know how many people work here, so you see the lines of CMs going to see Moana. You would think it was like a regular park day, how many CMs are lining up to see that. It's really something. I think it's cool that they show it all to the CMs first. I personally think that's really neat. And here we're back to our lovely horticulturists working on these little things on the lights here, little lights here, little leafy things here. She's working right there, that one. They do some good work. They really do. These gardens are absolutely lovely. Okay. I will say, if you're saying there's no quiet places to go in Disney World, you'd be wrong. At least here. World Showcase has got a plethora of places, quiet, out of the way places to hang out. Just to hang out, just to collect your thoughts, get your breath back, just to contemplate life and why is it? Oh, I gotta find my girlfriend. I know she's around somewhere. She told me she'd wait out here in the shade for me, but she's not here. So she probably went up ahead. We'll find her. Good morning, Melissa. Sorry, people, I have trouble seeing the chat sometimes because of the glare of the sun. I don't have any of that glare or screen kind of thing, so because I'm a cheap owl guy. And so I stop to take a look at them occasionally in the shade. But when I'm out in the sun area, there's no way I can see what you wrote until later. So if I don't acknowledge you right away, please don't get mad at me. It's not that I don't love you. All right. This is one of the more popular booths. In fact, they moved it out by this area here. The Australian booth used to be further in. But this is a pretty popular booth, the Australian booth. The shrimp. Bushberry shrimp they've done since day one. And the lamb chop. That's been on their menu for the Food and Wine Festival like every year since they opened it. And they see no need to change that because it's very, 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 very popular. So, just like Canada does the filet and cheddar cheese soup every year, no matter what, They, some places change their menus on an annual basis almost, but others, like Canada and Australia, do not because they're so freaking popular that they see no need to do that. And I agree, people like it. You stick with it. They're doing a lot of work out in the lagoon out here on the next new show for the nighttime show. It looks like it's going to be, they're putting a lot of moorings into the water. And there's this crane out there, and there's a big barge that they're working on out there. So I'm not quite sure what it's supposed to look like, but there, you can get a look there of all the activity going on out there. There's workers out there right now working on some stuff, or just looking at stuff right now, it looks like. There's kind of a money shot of the World Showcase Lagoon area. As you can see, it's got a lot of stuff going on. On the other end, by the American Pavilion, I don't know what's going on over there, but there's a lot of crane activity and workers over there too on the shoreline. I'm not sure if that has to do with the nighttime show or it's just something they're adding to the American Pavilion area. I'm not sure. Or maybe they're doing a huge kind of thing for the show. I don't know. I have no idea how it's going to look or how it's going to run. But Epcot Forever has been running. They don't do the kites. For those who saw the other Epcot Forever that was a while back, it's a lot more fireworks and no kites. So those, the people in those motorboats walking around with those kites, or flying around with those kites, they do not happen. They are no-nos. Now, I don't know why. I always kind of like those kites. But here, if you are handicapped, or you have a relative or friend that are especially if they're in ECV or wheelchair, this is the area this is a really great area that they reserve for that. Right along here and over by the low fence over here in the middle, especially that they along the fence area, this fence area there, up there, you see it? That's reserved usually. You see they got ropes around here and stuff, and the CMs are stationed there. And this is where the handicap viewing area is. There's another one over by England. I think those are the only two, but or the UK. I think those are the only two viewing areas for handicap, but I could be wrong, because I've been wrong very often before. But here in this area here, and then they rope this off, as you can see. It's really nice. It's a great viewing area. I mean, absolutely great viewing area. It's stunning. And if you're gonna watch it on your own, they have these picnic tables over here. Don't even think you're gonna get one. And a lot of times this area is for special events here. This area right here with the picnic tables and stuff is a lot of times they have a special event here to do with the Epcot nighttime show. And so this is many times not available either. Boat dock. So from what I'm able to see, still, this boat dock is where you can catch a boat and go way over there to the Moroccan boat dock. They used to have four docks that you could use, but only these two now. Which is okay. But it's really nice if you just need to get across to the other side somewhere. It's a nice, saves you a lot of steps. It's not the fastest way to get there, but it saves you a lot of steps. So here's my thing about the Mexico Pavilion. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's cool, but everything's indoors, which is great for many people. It's a great place to go for air conditioning. But that place, I swear, every time I'm in it, it's a freaking mob scene. It is just crazy in there. I'm not going in there. I'm just going to show you. There is a quiet spot or two at the Mexico Pavilion, but it's not inside. There is no quiet place inside the Mexico Pavilion. Again, for people who don't know, but I'm sure most of the people listening today know about the Mexico counter service place at those tables right there under that gazebo. Don't even think you're gonna go.
Oh, wait, yeah. Before you go, come on.
You have to be
Look at this man.
extremely dedicated and willing to spend a lot of money for a long time to keep that table. So I'm just saying. I do know they also do. Lately, I was talking to a guy who was there. They just last week said they have people who CMs who come by to make sure you're still eating something. If you're just waiting around for the fireworks, they ask you to leave or buy something. One of the two. So if you think you can sit down there now and just sit and take up space, yeah, can't do it. You're eating something. You have a reason to sit there besides the fireworks. Let's put it that way. So I guess they hadn't been doing that for quite a while. So apparently they are taking that up again. Over here, I'm not going inside the Mexican Pavilion. Well, maybe I'll do a quick trip in, but over here, on this side, especially on this side of the pavilion, there is an area over here. It's pretty quiet. There's an exit from the building over here too,